What is up, guys? It's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video, and I have some huge news regarding Virgil van Dijk, Oxlade-Chamberlain and Gulam, potentially Liverpool's new left back, so make sure to watch the video until the end. Smash the like button if you enjoy these Liverpool transfer news videos. What do you think about the reports coming in that Virgil van Dijk will tell Chelsea that he still wants to move to Liverpool? Chelsea are anticipated to make a £60 million bid for Virgil van Dijk, according to the Daily Mail and various other newspapers. Chelsea are actually, thinking that even though they want to sign Van Dijk wants to move to Anfield. How do Chelsea know this? Maybe they talked to the agent of Van Dijk or something like that. But it makes for a very interesting news. Many believe that actually Van Dijk could still end up at Liverpool. The problem is that now, after this ridiculously badly handled transfer saga, Liverpool officially ended their interest in Van Dijk. But I know that Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool are still huge fans of Van Dijk, so they could still move for him, maybe after this hype died down a little bit in the next few weeks. But the problem is that Southampton want close to £70 million from Liverpool. They will only sell to Liverpool at a premium, because imagine if Southampton sold Van Dijk on the cheap after what they, said, and their fans would be absolutely livid, absolutely furious. And to be honest, their Southampton fans are really sick and tired of Liverpool getting their players, their best players each season. I think Van Dijk is not worth 70 million, but it's not my money, it's Liverpool's money, and if Liverpool think that Van Dijk is a game changer, I agree with them. I'm not sure if we should pay just whatever Southampton want for Van Dijk. Maybe close to like 60 million, that would be okay. 70 million would be outrageous. But if we can generate money from player sales, for example, Moreno is rumored to be going out, Sacco is another player who is going out definitely. And we can afford to sign Van Dijk and a left back and a centre midfielder, and that would be our transfer business done. And the centre midfielder could be Oxlade-Chamberlain. The Daily Mirror is reporting that Oxlade-Chamberlain wants to move to Anfield, and Liverpool are about to bid close to £30 million for a player who has only 1 year left on his contract. Of course, he's English, he's Premier League proven, so that's why his price is so high. I don't think he's worth anywhere near 30 million, even if he had like a 4-year contract. But that's what you have to pay to a direct rival like Arsenal for an English Premier League proven player in today's market. That's what is required. And also the Independent report that Arsenal are set for a major overhaul this summer, and they are under pressure to cut their wage bill in the wake of the Premier League's new cost control measures that are coming into force very soon. And of course, Oxlade-Chamberlain is a key target for Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool. I don't think he is the priority. I think the priority is Naby Keita. I think he would cost more, like 50 million. And of course, I would prefer to sign Naby Keita instead of Oxlade-Chamberlain, just to make it clear. Naby Keita has just a higher ceiling in terms of potential, in my opinion. You could argue that they are probably on the same level, but Naby Keita actually scored quite a lot more goals than Oxlade-Chamberlain in the Bundesliga, so maybe he's an even better player. I'm just, convincing myself during this video that probably Naby Keita would be the better transfer to make, but he's much more expensive. 50 million is the quoted price that RB Leipzig want for Naby Keita. And make no mistake, RB Leipzig said that they don't want to sell Naby Keita at any price, but Leipzig, they just spent 1 year in the Bundesliga and they just qualified for the Champions League for the first time. So there is a price for every player, and Liverpool are a much bigger club in terms of prestige and finances and everything than Leipzig. So I'm sure that if Liverpool really desperately wanted to get that Naby Keita, there is a way, we will find a way. On the other hand, Oxlade-Chamberlain, he has been quite, you know, in and out of the Arsenal side in the past few years, and he has been at Arsenal for 6 years, believe it or not. I think he went there when he was like 16 from 17, and of course he is from the Southampton Academy, so another player who was raised by Southampton or developed by Southampton in part. And Oxlade-Chamberlain wants regular playing time, and he would be a very, very good squad player, and I think under Jurgen Klopp he could maybe go up a level and become an even better player. The big question is that will Arsenal sell to Liverpool, and if they will, what will be the price? Because if we overpay for Oxlade-Chamberlain and if we overpay for Van Dijk as well, we might not have the money to get Naby Keita and the left back as well, and that's my main worry, that Liverpool don't have unlimited funds, even though there are reports of Liverpool, you know, bidding a crazy amount of money, 88 million pounds, 100 million euros for Mbappe. Jurgen Klopp just wants to be in the conversation, but that transfer doesn't make a lot of sense to me, because, you know, Liverpool don't desperately need a striker. We have Firmino, we have Sturridge, we have Origi, we have Danny Ings coming back, we have Solanke. That's 5 players who can play in the number 9 position. And hell, even Mane and Salah can play in the number 9 position if they must. So to spend that amount of money on a position that Liverpool don't desperately need strengthening, I don't think that makes a lot of sense when we have other areas of the team which is more vital and more in need of you know, strengthening. Steven Gerrard, the Liverpool new under-18 manager, himself said that Liverpool needs to bring in a left back, because we can't you know, rely on Milner for the whole season, because if he has a dip with form just like he had in the second half of the season, Liverpool will struggle in some of the games. The fullback position is very, very important in Liverpool's system, and this is where Napoli left back Fawzi Ghulam comes in. So he is a player that Liverpool are really interested in him. And Napoli are also interested in Moreno, even though they don't want to pay 15 million for Moreno. I think that Liverpool should do a player plus cash deal. So for example, offer Moreno and maybe 5 million or 7-8 million for Ghulam. And Moreno, anyway, he didn't play much last season, so it's not like we lose out on a lot of money, and we will be laughing when Moreno finally leaves the club, because he just can't defend. Ghulam, on the other hand, is a really solid player. Moreno actually there are interest from AC Milan, from Inter, from Sevilla, 2 Premier League sides, and Napoli for Moreno. It's going to be very interesting where Moreno ends up. I think he would prefer to go back to Spain, but certainly if AC Milan or Inter Milan, who both have quite rich owners, if they really want to get Moreno, they can pay the 50 million valuation, which is Liverpool's valuation. I think this transfer could go down to the wire, and I think Liverpool should maybe let Moreno go for a little bit less, and then we can really push on to get Ghulam, because Ghulam, according to the Daily Mail, had already been discussed as a possible target by Jurgen Klopp and his backroom staff. Napoli finished 3rd in the Serie A, and they had a really good season. They had a good run in the Champions League, so Ghulam has experience in the Champions League, in the Serie A. He was involved in the title race as well until the last few months. And Ghulam only has 1 year left on his contract at Napoli, which is also a very good thing, because that gives Liverpool an opening to go in and get him, because Napoli know that if they don't sell Ghulam and if he doesn't extend his contract, they will lose him for free next summer. And also a very interesting report in the Mirror from Dave Maddock, the journalist, who claims that there are 3, quite frankly, world-class centre-backs on Klopp's wish list. I refuse to believe that this is actually true, but let's just toy with the idea and let's see who these 3 players are. So Kalidou Koulibaly is also a Chelsea target. I can see that happening, Koulibaly to Liverpool, because Liverpool can pay much bigger wages than Chelsea. Juventus, Leonardo Bonucci. I don't think that he would come to Liverpool, honestly, because Chelsea, first of all, they are a big fan of Bonucci. Conte worked with him previously, and there are talks of Chelsea actually trying to get both Bonucci and Alexandro. And the third player is Jerome Boateng, who is playing for Bayern Munich. And that's the problem. Bayern Munich and Juventus are very, very close to actually being in the Champions League final or Champions League semi-final. And Liverpool are just a level below those kind of clubs at the moment. If we could get back into the Champions League and regularly challenge the top teams in the Champions League and getting to the quarterfinals or the semi-finals, then the situation would be different. But right now, Jerome Boateng and Bonucci won't be seriously interested in joining Liverpool. That's my take on it. I think we should more look at up-and-coming centre-backs like Koulibaly, for example, who we could get. Like, look at Manchester United, how they got Bailly from Villarreal. Not many clubs were interested in him, and he turned out to be a brilliant signing. So that's the kind of player, the profile of the player that Liverpool needs to look at. But let me know, guys, what do you think about this in the comments below. And thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. See you later. Goodbye.